everybody. So, I am doing another top 10. I'm really having a lot of fun with this, so I'm just going to keep doing it. Obviously, it's not the only thing that the channel will be about, but yeah, it's really fun. So, I'm going to keep going with it. Today we've got, I actually don't think yeah, I better keep these. Today we've got Echo and the Bunnymen, which is cool. We're going to do a top 10 for them. Great band, obviously. They were very successful. They did very well. I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about each album because I realized I haven't been doing that. Only ones that I specifically thought about. But I think it's kind of neat to just talk about each one a tiny bit. It's not going to be like a plethora of information or anything. Just my thoughts on it is really all it is. So, of course, they start out with Crocodiles. And I think that this album, especially the first single and this album, the singles, just showed a lot of potential, right? I mean, it's good. If you listen to this 15 times in a row, things are going to stick with you. You're going to start to enjoy it. It's a good album. It's not my favorite. I don't think they quite had figured out exactly what they were yet. To me, the greatest thing about Echo and the Bunnymen is Ian's kind of declaration when he pops up an octave and he just really pounds home his point. That's what I really love about Echo and the Bunnymen. And of course it happens here, but not as often as I'm used to or I would have liked. So for me, this isn't their best album, but certainly a great album. I mean, it showed a ton of potential, and I think it got them really going in the right track. This album really kind of had them bringing it together. There's a couple tunes on this album that I just really love. But overall, it's pretty good. They're really starting to gel here. And then by the third album, they're just incredible. This whole album's great, you know. Any one of these, they're all good albums, but by Porcupine, this is possibly their peak. Although, of course, a lot of people would argue that it's probably Ocean Rain. A crazy thing happened to this band, which I think happens to a lot of bands, to be perfectly honest with you. And I don't know how much of it was them pretending to be this way or was them actually this way. I'm not sure. But they really got massive egos. Like the production value on Ocean Rain is beautiful. It's great. And this is a great album. But, you know, they really started seeing themselves as the future of rock and roll, which can be a tiny bit dangerous, you know. And this album was really good, obviously. But by the time they got to this, the self-titled, it was kind of over for them. And I hate to say that, but it's really true. I mean, they covered a bunch of tunes, and it's kind of the same thing that was on Rattle and Hum for U2. They just became super pretentious and honestly kind of boring. And it's a weird track that, you know, for them to follow, to just become so important, and then they hurt themselves by taking it, by letting it go to their heads, you know. So by this album, I can't even really listen to this. You know, it's just them doing rock and roll like they're somehow saving the world or something. I don't know. But an excellent band, really, really good. So yeah, let's go through some of this. So for my number 10, I have selected the Yo-Yo Man. And I really love this tune because it's so, honestly, because it's really strange. Where is it? Why am I not finding it? Is it down here? Yeah, there we go. Cold as the wind that blows through my head. like the choices that they've made for the instruments and the words. The lyrics are very interesting. And I want to get to these violins. Yeah, just really neat choices, instrument-wise, and the arrangement is really interesting, and it's just a very cool song. I really appreciate it. Good, so that's my number 10. So on to number 9. So this is a very cool tune, and I like this tune, I guess maybe for a strange reason. I gotta see if I can find it. Here we go. Angels and Devils. So this song is, to me, an excellent pop song. It is so catchy. It's so well put together. The words flow beautifully. I feel like this could have been a massive hit for them, but they discarded it. They didn't care about it. I mean, this is a B-side. It's not on the album. But it sounds so great. If they could have got in, redone the vocals to really give it smoothness and make sure he's on pitch all the time, of course. But I do think also they would have needed to probably cut the third verse and work the ending a tiny bit. But I feel like if they would have done that, this would have been a smash hit for them. Because it's so catchy and enjoyable. This sounds great. It moves so well. So to me, this was kind of a miss for them, and I wish they would have jumped on this, because I think it could have been something really, really important. Good. Okay, number 8 for me is Higher Hell. Where is that? Is that down here as well? No. This is an excellent tune. Here we go. Now that's not going to be the one we want. I do like the album version. I like the double vocals, of course. And I do think a lot of the praise that they received was very, very worth it. I mean, this is great. They just, I wish they could have just kept going, kept doing what they were doing instead of exploding out into whatever craziness they went into. Yeah, it's just a really great tune. Very well constructed. Really cool. Okay, next up, number 7. Number 7 is Nocturnal Me. I believe that's down here. Yeah, here we go. I love the way this starts. So great. Great use of the violins. Because I don't feel like they took this stuff and just crammed it on top. I kind of feel like for a lot of this, it really augments it. It's really nice. What are you doing up here? You trying to get in the video? Yeah, come on. Let's let everybody see. This is midnight. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Do you want to sit here? Okay. Yeah. Excellent tune. Really love it. Okay. So that was number 7. So we're on to number 6 now. Number 6 is The Killing Moon. So this had to be here, right? This is a massive hit. It's It's really crazy because part of me wants to say thanks to Donnie Darko we got it back again, which wasn't true for me because I've always liked Echo and the Bunnymen. But the funny thing is, Echo and the Bunnymen actually kind of have the opposite point of view of it, which was thanks to this song, Donnie Darko got popular, which I don't know which. I think they probably helped each other. Let's just say that, okay? You know, because that's extreme. But yeah, this song is just so great. Yeah, just really, really well done. Good. Okay. Number 5 for me is Ocean Rain. Now, we talked about before about how what you end an album with is very important, and I think that in this case, this really nails it. I think OMD had one that really nailed it as well, but this tune is an excellent closer for a great album. Your ports in my heavy storms harbors the blackest thoughts. It's just mellow and introspective, I guess, if that's a word. Screaming from beneath the waves. All hands on deck. Really, really great. Very, very good song by them. Okay, number 4. Wow, we're screaming through this. Number 4 is called No Hands. So I don't think this was ever put on an album. This was just done on one of their Peel sessions, I believe. And I just really... Careful, Katie. Jump ahead a little, but it just sounds so great, right? That kind of driving strangeness. Just builds and builds. It's a really great tune, and it's kind of a shame it didn't end up on one of the albums. Really good. Of course, you can get it on the Peel session, or they had a big box set that I think included the tune. Good. Okay, No Hands, number 4. Number 3 is The Disease. All right. So to me, this is where they start. To me, this is where they really hit on this second album. When we get down to here, my life's the disease that could always change with comparative ease, just given the chance. Let me jump ahead. Some pray for heaven while we live in hell. My life's the disease. My life's the disease. It sounds so good. Truly, really, really excellent. Strange. Yeah, very cool. Good. Okay. So that's the disease. Number 2, Porcupine. Title track. Let's see. Yeah, I really love this. That sounds so good. I don't know that they needed all that orchestration later. I love it. It sounds good, but I wonder if they could have done it. I don't know. They were just growing and growing and growing, and it just collapsed on itself. Just wild. Wow. Really good. Good. And number 1 for me is All My Colors. This tune. That's not the one I want to play, though. I want to play this one. And the disease in this go right together. It's not the same music, but right next to each other in the album. It's really nice. Really great. Really a great tune. And like I said, all these albums are good, you know. But those for me are the ones that really, really stick out. And I realized I should talk about this last section of their career just a tiny bit, at least for me. They did go on after Ian left. I think they went on without him. They got another lead singer, maybe. I'm not sure. They went on through the 90s, and then he came back. And he had a solo album in the 80s. I think he might have had one tiny hit on it. But they did do some good stuff here. They've got Lips Like Sugar on this album. I really don't like Bedbugs and Belly Boo, but I think it got a bit of radio play. Of course, they released the single Bring on the Dancing Horses, which I think was on Pretty in Pink, but I'm not sure. I think it was, though. And they also had People Are Strange, which was on Lost Boys. I mean, they had a lot going on. It wasn't the same, you know? It wasn't the same. Something happened. But, yeah. Yeah, so Echo and the Bunnymen, a really excellent band, especially through their earlier stuff. They just really were doing incredibly well. And that's my top 10, so thanks for watching.